Hello Internet, how are we doing? Now we've almost got to 2,000 subscribers, which is really cool actually. It shows that maybe there is some merit in the content that I'm putting out, and you guys are obviously interested in it, and you're maybe learning from it or being entertained by it or whatever. So really glad we've almost got to 2,000. It's a massive number really. 2,000 people, so a lot of people all over the world, but. I just want to say as well that the nationals over here in Europe do start pretty soon. There's under 2 weeks until the German national, which is the first one. Then in 2 weeks' time there's the UK national, and 2 weeks' time after that there's the Italian national. So I hope you guys understand the situation that I'm in with this YouTube channel and everything. Obviously I do want to do well in the nationals. I want to secure a top 16 finish at least in Europe. So I can't do anything super serious, for a while on this channel anyway. So, in the next month and a bit, we'll see, hopefully I will try and, upload stuff for you. But, just to please appreciate that, I've got to think about, my own performance and, my own circuit as well. Because there is a free flight to, America on the line, which is something that I'd very much like to get a hold of. But... in this video, we're going to do 3 games, and we're going to do it with 3 different teams. So, we've played this guy before on this channel. I'll be a bit embarrassed if I lose here, but I know this guy is, competent, and a ditto means anything can happen, especially when your opponent, i.e. me, likes to set things up, because ditto obviously, copies the stat changes as well. So, Terracion's obviously fantastic here, but the Ditto could transform into Terrakion and basically, win a speed tie. So, Raichu, again, another Raichu wouldn't be appreciated. So, how should we go about this? This is pretty tricky. Terrakion obviously is the best choice here, so I'm kind of tempted not to lead with it, to be honest. I don't want to lead with Gyarados because I don't want to give his Bisharp a Defiant boost. So I'm going to go with Raichu and Breloom. Definitely take Terrakion in the back. And I think I will take Gyarados because Mega Gyarados does kind of ward Bisharp as well. So we've got Kangaskhan and we've got Bisharp. Okay, so we haven't even got any Dittos leading. Okay. So the Bisharp is obviously threatened. I don't know if this Kangaskhan is in a focus or not, but they don't tend to be. So I'm just going to, fake out and spore the Bisharp here. If it is in the focus, then, whoops. If it is in the focus, then maybe my Breloom will get knocked out here, but I'll still get to bring Terrakion in, and I still wouldn't be in the worst of positions. Okay, so that transforms into another Ditto, another Raichu. Okay, so that turn wasn't too bad, but I can't Thunderbolt anything now, and his Kangaskhan obviously does threaten, my Breloom. I'm going to withdraw Raichu for Gyarados, which is a bit strange, seeing as he's put his Ditto out there. And I'm just going to go for a Mach Punch on Kangaskhan, just to get a bit of damage off. It'll put it in range of maybe a Waterfall or a Crunch from Gyarados too. Intimidated, if he's got Return, maybe it won't even knock Breloom out. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't. Excellent. So, Intimidate is one of these abilities that I don't even use very much. I don't rate it too highly, to be honest, even though it is thought of to be as this massive ability. But here it's really worked out for me because Breloom's got another turn on this, on this planet. So I'm actually going to go for a Dragon Dance, not Mega Evolve, because I don't want any fighting attack coming from Kangaskhan, and bring Raichu in. If he just returns the Breloom slot again, and I think Raichu might even survive, but if Raichu does go down, then I'm at least at +1, and I have saved Gyarados for this turn, because Ditto Raichu is faster than Kangaskhan, so I will be protecting it from electric type moves if it does wake up, which it does. Okay, so this is working out alright. Get my Dragon Dance up. There's not really any reason to not Mega Evolve now, because Kangaskhan will come in and, that's the only thing that was threatening me with fighting attacks. Unless the Bisharp's got Low Kick, which it could. You don't see Low Kick on it very much anymore, but it's still a viable option, I suppose. So I'm going to Mega Evolve. I can Fake Out, but he could have Quick Guard, but I don't really want to Thunderbolt because he's got his Ditto out there as well. So, you know, Raichus are protecting each other, so I'm just going to go for a Waterfall and a Fake Out. If he protects Talonflame, then I'm not too worried because his Raichu can't do much this turn. He could, well, I was going to say he could protect the Talonflame and okay, and bring the Raichu, bring the Ditto out to something else that would give him a bit more momentum, but he doesn't decide to do that. Ditto, do you think it's sashed? Because it's not choiced, is it? Obviously, is this Ditto Focus Sash? That would be interesting. Again, Bisharp doesn't really, unless it's got low kick, can't really do anything to Gyarados. So I'm going to go for a Waterfall onto Ditto, and just a, I don't know, I'm worried that it's got a Focus Sash actually. But you know, I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt on the Bisharp. I don't think it will. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got this game pretty much you know, locked up now. So, bye-bye, Kangaskhan. Although, here is the thing, if he brings Ditto in now, if it copies Gyarados, this is what I was saying at the beginning. I have got my Breloom, though, which I suppose it has taken a hit, so, yeah, the Sash, oh dear, the Sash, you know, is broken, so I haven't got a guaranteed Bullet Seed on that now. But, I mean, these dual stabs, we can't knock each other out in one hit. He might not expect my Raichu to have Protect, so I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance, and I'm going to Protect with Raichu here. Okay, well there's a Sucker Punch onto it, and a Waterfall onto it, nice one, yeah, so he didn't anticipate my Raichu to have Protect there, which worked out quite nicely for me. But this Gyarados is really threatening. At least my Gyarados is an extra +1 higher now. But I'm basically going to just Waterfall his Gyarados. Because Ditto doesn't have too much HP. This should still do a fair amount of damage. And Raichu will probably go down here to his own Gyarados' Waterfall if he doesn't flinch. Yeah, I was going to say I would have otherwise got an Encore onto that Sucker Punch. But yeah, nice one. And I think I'm safe to just go for, yeah, put Breloom in. And he might Protect, bring Talonflame in, which I think is probably his best move. So I'm going to Waterfall the Ditto again and not go for a Mach Punch. Talonflame is not asleep, so I'm just going to Spore the Bisharp slot. Okay, well he doesn't bring Talonflame in. But this means... Oh, this means Gyarados is actually in Brave Bird range now, so this is tricky. So rewind a few turns when I was saying this game's locked up. I'll wash my mouth out with soap, Naughty Barry. You never, never think a game is won until it's won. This is Pokemon. Okay, so I'm going to Protect with Gyarados, and I'm going to Mach Punch the Gyarados. My Terrakion, I'm doing this because Terrakion does have Quick Guard. So if Breloom goes down, which it probably will do. Okay, maybe not. Then, you know, I think I still would have been quite comfortable with the game. Does he know? No, he doesn't know I've got Terrakion in the back, but surely he must expect me to take, Terrakion here. So he's probably just going to Brave Bird Gyarados here and hope that my last Pokemon is something that can't take care of Talonflame. But, unless I get a million Rock Slide misses, I'm pretty sure the game is won. So he's got a guaranteed sleep turn here. Could faff around with close combats, but I'm not going to. A close combat and the Bullet Seed. I'm interested how much that would do. But yeah, let's if the moves aren't gone through, just out of curiosity, let's see what it does. Because he has got a guaranteed turn of sleep here. Yeah, so there's his sleep turn. Close combat, it does a fair amount, I suppose. If I end up losing this game now just because I was interested in that in that turn, no, I shouldn't do. I'm just going to close combat again and Bullet Seed. Even if he wakes up and like knocks Terrakion out with a Brave Bird, then this Bullet Seed should still knock it out. So you know, I was pretty sure that I would still have the win. If that was like a serious game, I would have just gone for a Rock Slide there because the chances were, you know, probably better just to, you know, grit my teeth and hope for no misses. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't even wake up, so. So I don't know. I was curious. I was interested. You know, and this is what Showdown's for as well. Just sort of, you know, getting these calculations off and seeing how much everything does. So that's one game. Seeing as you know, quite a few people came up to me in the UK regional and said, "Which team are you using? Are you using Parasect? Are you using Parasect?" I'm going to use Parasect in this video. So, like, I'm quite surprised how popular this like Parasect team is. So. I've honestly not used it for ages, so let's see how. Ooh, okay, interesting. Let's see how this goes. Blaziken is potentially really good here, unless he gets Trick Room off or Tailwind off. Obviously, he's got the Braviary, which can Tailwind, and the Cresselia, which can Trick Room. So his only Mega option is a Abomasnow, which pleases me because it means I can one-shot it. I would be a little bit scared of a Focus Sash, a Abomasnow here, just so that it can basically survive an overheat from Blaziken. I'm going to go Azumarill Blaziken, basically because if he does threaten with a Trick Room, then Azumarill might and should be able to get a free Belly Drum off, basically. So I'm not even going with Raichu here. I could go with Crobat. I forgot that I've got Crobat on here for the quick guard in case he goes with Weavile, and I've got Taunt for the Cresselia, but he might even lead with Weavile, and Cresselia do tend to have Mental Herb on them these days. So I'm just going to go with Azumarill Blaziken, and hopefully I don't wish that I didn't take Crobat. I will take Tyranitar, even though Weavile's probably got low kick, Greninja probably threatens it a bit, and the Braviary's probably got superpower, but I think it's nice for the Cresselia, which I think might be necessary. And I'm going to go with Parasect here as well, just because it might be nice for a bit of redirection, but also Wide Guard in the face of this Abomasnow. Okay, so maybe he's going for his Tailwind option now. So I'm going to go for... I mean, it could just be Scarf, actually. So, I mean, he might go for a Fake Out on the Azumarill and a Brave Bird, Scarf Brave Bird onto Blaziken. Which I'm not really too fond of the idea of. So I'm just going to go for a Protect, and I'm going to bring Tyranitar in, because this does break the Weavile's Sash as well. Yeah, there's a Fake Out on the Azumarill, and there's the... Okay, so he Brave Bird did the Azumarill as well, so I was right to protect that slot. Weavile takes Sandstorm damage, and Braviary takes Sandstorm damage, so that this Braviary is not Scarfed, but now the Weavile probably can one-shot Mega Tyranitar with a low kick even still. Although it's not Life Orb, so I'm not 100% on that, but... maybe I don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to go for a Play Rough onto Weavile and just protect Tyranitar here. Azumarill should be able to survive a Brave Bird. Yeah, so there's a low kick. Okay. It's happening again. Help me, people. So, yeah. So it should have survived that Brave Bird, and it would have got the Play Rough off onto the Weavile, knocked it out. And then... I would have been a lot happier in this game. So now I'm actually in a pretty big pickle. Okay, so I'm going to put Blaziken in and hope that he doesn't go for a Tailwind here. Yeah, so here's Blaziken. I'm going to protect, hoping it doesn't go for a Tailwind, and bring Parasect in. Because, you know, he might just low-kick that slot. He might think, you know, I got that critical hit, I'm so far ahead in the game I don't have to predict, but, yeah, there's the low-kick. Just what we're going to do with Braviary. Nice one. Brave Bird onto Blaziken. Okay, so the game isn't, you know, a total disaster just yet. Weavile, well, actually, both of these obviously threaten the Parasect. Hidden Power Ice, do you think that'll knock Braviary out from here? Because I don't really want to go for an overheat onto it. Oh, what do you think? I don't really want to go for a superpower either, but because I, you know, might want to keep that for the Heatran. Hidden Power Ice, Life Orb, Hidden Power Ice from Braviary. I don't want to get the calculator up. You know, I'm tempted to say that it won't, so I'm going to go for a superpower, and I'm going to bring Tyranitar in again, hoping that he goes for an ice move on the Parasect. Okay, so there's Braviary gone. And there's the ice move on the Parasect. Nice one. Okay, so with, you know, these smart switches, we're still, you know, in this game, we're still sort of switching these things around. Blaziken does threaten the Weavile now, which is obviously his bigger thing for Tyranitar. Although we've got Greninja now as well, which is not good news. Okay, so Sandstorm is going to end this turn as well, which is not good because, well, yeah, I don't think that Greninja has got the Sash. I think the Weavile's got the Sash because this Weavile doesn't have Life Orb. So, oh, this is a little bit tricky. Which one is his Greninja going to target? Because I think even at -1, a superpower should knock out Greninja from here with, you know, with the Life Orb. Weavile can only really knock out Tyranitar, although it probably can knock out Blaziken as well. It is at -1, and Blaziken is pretty frail. Do I want to switch anything out here? This is the sticking point. Or do I just want to go hard for a prediction? I mean, is Greninja going to have low kick as well? Is it going to be a physical one? I'm not sure. I need Blaziken to survive this turn, I think. I'm going to go for a superpower on Greninja, thinking that it should knock it out. And I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance. I'm not Mega Evolving because... yeah, it does knock it out, nice. Because next turn, if Tyranitar survives, then I can reactivate the Sand. And... okay, so I was right to do that. I got my Dragon Dance off. Now, maybe I don't want to activate my own Sand, because if I do, Blaziken's going to go down, isn't it, to the Sandstorm. I need to hit this Heatran, though. With the Sandstorm boost and the Mega Evolution, Tyranitar will survive, probably even a Flash Cannon as well, definitely an Earth Power. So is this Heatran going to protect? Because I'm tempted... Oh, actually, non-Mega Tyranitar probably doesn't outspeed Weavile. I'm glad I remembered that. Non-Mega Tyranitar, I don't think outspeeds Weavile. No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. At +1. But it should... in its Mega form. Yeah, of course it does. It's base 71, doesn't it? So I've got to Mega Evolve, and I've got to Protect here just to be safe. So, just because I don't think Weavile has got Protect, I'm just going to Superpower the Weavile and Mega Evolve and Protect. Tyranitar should be able to beat Weavile here one-on-one. Yeah. Yeah, I needed to... either way, I needed to Mega Evolve Tyranitar there, but this way I just, you know, I definitely make sure that the Weavile's gone. And, you know, Heat Wave doesn't threaten Tyranitar, but Earth Power and whatever does, so I'm just going to go for a Rage Powder and a Crunch here. You know, if he does go for a Heat Wave, then so what, I get 2+1 crunches off on it, which will knock it out. Nice one. So Parasect helping me out here again. So nice, I managed to you know, bring this game around after that first turn critical hit, or second turn critical hit, whatever it was. So you know, good old Parasect team, good old Mega Tyranitar. I miss using you, Mega Tyranitar. You know, it's gone well so far. And we've got this team, which I'm sure you're all familiar with as well, that I'm going to you know, end this off with. Now, the videos last week or whatever, they had a bit of a tendency to win the first in them and you know, lose the third game. So I'm hoping that it isn't going to be the same case with this. Okay, so we've got rain as well, which is maybe a little bit problematic. And both the genies too, so this is pretty, common stuff really. Alright then, so what we're going to do, because I do, I kind of have been won over by this team. I do quite like it. But how shall we go? I'm going to go Breloom and Suicune, and see, this Thundurus is going to be a little bit of an issue, I think. Rotom, Lipad. Is he going to bring his Heatran? Is he going to bring his Rain mode? I mean, if he brought all these, then who knows what'll happen. Oh, this is tricky. Because I want to bring Terrakion here for the Thundurus more than anything. I don't know, I think Rotom could be nice here as well. So I'm going to take Rotom, and I'm going to take either Lipad or Metagross. So sorry, Terrakion, you're not coming with me this turn. Let's go with Metagross. It is an Omega, after all, so there's more stats. So maybe it can hit more and take more. But let's see what goes. At least the first two games that we did, they turned out pretty well actually. So okay, so he has brought his Rain mode, which doesn't bother me too much because these two are possibly the best to deal with these two. I'm just going to go for a really safe double protect on this first turn. He might be tempted to fake out the Suicune, thinking that I'll just protect and preserve my Sash with Breloom. Okay. So, yeah, the Thundurus was the thing that was going to be the problem here always, especially protected with Ludicolo in the rain. So he's worked out how he can win this game, quite nicely. So, good on him. Yeah, that was always the problem because I've got things that can threaten his team, but they are all pretty much checked, i.e. like Terrakion and Rotom, by Ludicolo in the rain. So, not feeling too good here. I'm going to Bullet Seed the Ludicolo. If he doesn't double target it, then I'm getting this Bullet Seed off basically. And I'm going to go for an Icy Wind as well, because Ludicolo at -1 might still be slower than... Okay, nice. So this is working out a bit better than I was expecting it to. Than a Mega Metagross. Okay, Icy Wind takes Ludicolo into Mach Punch range actually. So this has turned out pretty well. He might go for a Taunt on Suicune here as well. But I do definitely want to Mach Punch this Ludicolo slot. If he switches it out, he could... The question is, do I want to preserve Suicune and bring like Rotom in? Or do I want to go for an Icy Wind, possibly predicting a Landorus or something to come in? I'm just going to play it a little bit safer, I think. I'm going to go and put this Rotom in, just in case he does Thunderbolt here. Yeah, okay. Because I think Suicune is pretty big here. Yeah, okay, so he did go for the Thunderbolt there on Rotom. On the what was the Suicune slot. So, this is working out pretty nicely still, because he bring in the Mawile, I bring in the Rotom. Although Breloom here can't really do too much. He has still got Politoed in the back, and he's got 2 more turns of Rain. So, unfortunately, he probably will get Rain up again in this game. But I need to preserve Breloom because it's the only thing really that can get this priority on Ludicolo and knock it out. So, I'm going to bring Suicune back in, I think, for the Breloom slot. And what's he going to do with Mawile? He might protect the Mawile. But he might... Would he just Sucker Punch the Rotom? I don't think he would, but... the Mawile isn't really too much of a threat here, so I think I want to just go for a Thunderbolt onto the Thundurus, because he might... I don't think he will switch the Thundurus out, but just in case he does, for Ludicolo or something. Okay, so I get a bit more damage onto the Thundurus, which is nice, and he predicts that nicely. and he just goes for a play rough, which does miss. That would have done a lot of damage because this Rotom is not bulky at all. It is Life Orb though, which is just seen. So a Life Orb overheat will still probably knock Mawile out here, I think, even though it is in rain. But now I think, because Brillium is so important, I've got to bring Metagross in, which will outspeed both of these. Thunderous, remember, is still at -1, but it's you know, it's just too tempting for him, I think, to go for a Thunder Wave onto it. But you know, a paralyzed Metagross wouldn't be the worst, would it? Don't know, maybe it would, because I need Rotom as well to hit this Politoed. So I need to protect this Rotom. He's not going to switch the Mawile out to Politoed this turn, because then he's just wasted his rain. So if anything, is switching the Mawile out to Ludicolo or protecting it. I don't think he will just attack with it. I'm going to Mega Evolve. I'm going to go for a substitute. Just, you know, even if I do get paralyzed, paralyzed behind the substitute is not, you know, it's not the worst of things to, you know, not the worst situation to be in. But what am I going to do with Rotom? Because I think Rotom is quite important here. Thunderous can't really hit it, but Mawile can. At least Brillium has still got its Sash intact, which is quite important. I'm just going to go for a Protect here. Okay, so, well, yeah, okay. So like I said, he did actually bring the Ludicolo in, and he has paralyzed the Metagross, but as long as I get the substitute, I was going to say, I'm not too worried. But I don't. I'm going to go for a substitute again, and the Thunderous might go out for Politoed. The Ludicolo probably will fake out the Rotom. But I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt onto the Ludicolo. Because, you know, at the moment, Rotom will outspeed it. Did I put the timer on? Obviously I did. Yeah. I'm very good at timing myself out, aren't I? Okay, yeah, so if he does withdraw the Thunderous and put Politoed in and use Fake Out on the Rotom, then at least, hopefully, I'm going to get Metagross behind the substitute here. That was pretty unfortunate last turn, but I suppose he did get the Play Rough miss onto Rotom, which would have put it into definite Sucker Punch range. You know, that's the only real difference it would have made, though. I don't know, maybe I would have been 2-3 Life Orb recalls away from... Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Well, that was an interesting move. Metagross is behind a substitute now. He's got Rain Dance on his Thunderous. So he's got Thunder Wave, Rain Dance, Thunderbolt, and Taunt. So there's no hidden power. So maybe when he did go for the Thunderbolt on the Brillium slot, which got my Suicune on the switch in, maybe that wasn't so much of a prediction as much as he just wanted to break my Sash, which is fair enough. But Mawile's in Mach Punch range now, so Brillium is really going to carry this game. But... Ooh... Yeah, I'm going to go for an Iron Head on Mawile, and I'm just going to protect with Rotom. I think Rotom is still fairly important too. And I don't want it to get Sucker Punched, which he does go for. Nice. So there's the Thunderbolt breaking that, but good. At least I get to knock the Mawile out. He'll bring Ludicolo back in now. I mean, Rain Dance is, you know, it's a pretty nice move, I suppose, on Thunderous, but on the other hand, it, you know, he could have used his Politoed a bit better. If you're using Rain Dance on Thunderous, then, you know, Politoed isn't a fantastic Pokemon by itself, so, you know, why would you have it if you got Rain Dance on Thunderous? You know, maybe you could utilize something, you know, better in that slot. Rotom's probably going to get knocked out here, and I can't bring Brillium in because, you know, like I keep saying, it's so important here. So I'm going to have to just sort of, you know, grit and let poor Rotom go down and hope that Metagross gets this Zen Headbutt off onto Thunderous. So I'm Zen Headbutting the Thunderous, and I'm actually going to Thunderbolt the Thunderous as well, because I know it doesn't have Protect, but I am pretty sure Rotom is just going to go down to a Scald here. Ooh, okay. Okay, or not. So, oh, but I get fully paralyzed. That's unfortunate. Again, I have still got Brillium in the back, but it means that he can again just outspeed and knock out Rotom. So wow, like this Metagross is not wanting to move at all. At least I have got Breloom in the back, and if I can stall out 2 more turns, then the rain has gone too. So, I don't know. See, the last thing I want to do is lose both my Pokemon on one turn. And I don't know what the item is on this Politoed either. It could be Scarfed, for all I know. I'm going to just, again, try and Zen Headbutt this Ludicolo and go for a Protect on Rotom. He might, again, just go for a Scald on Metagross, which he doesn't. But he does get the knockout with the Politoed. So, here we go. It's going to come down to this. I'm going to Mach Punch the Ludicolo and Thunderbolt the Politoed. Let's see how this goes. Because Ludicolo obviously is so much faster than even a Scarf Politoed, there's no way for me to tell just yet. So, Mach Punch. Ludicolo normally have Assault Vest. They don't tend to have Protect. So this Mach Punch will knock it out. And Life Orb Thunderbolt, if it's faster than Politoed, will do, probably about 80% or so. Will do a lot of damage. Wow, even more. And yeah, nice. Okay, so that's this game won as well. So we've managed to come back from a few paralysis in this game, and that critical hit on the Azumarill last game, and whatever. So we've had a pretty successful run, haven't we, in this video? So the background music, as I will remember to tell you, the background music for this video has been soundtrack from Might and Magic 8 game. I have been Barry Anderson, and I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and goodbye for now.